Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hashtag 135. I'm your host, Alexis Appleby, and of course, I've got Mr. Craig Bland, principal of Jordan Elementary School, and Mr. Clark, the superintendent of CCS 135. And how are we doing today, guys?
Awesome for me.
Yeah, it's a great day in the neighborhood.
Any day it's like sunny and
Above
over
50.
50, and it's January.
Isn't that amazing? This weather we've been having. I don't want to jinx it by
It's supposed to be
bragging.
like this the rest of the week, though, right?
I think so.
Oh,
and they
I
say, well, the forecast said last week that January will be unseasonably warm.
Does that mean February
So,
takes a dive?
I hope not.
Me too.
I hope not. I'm
What
hoping.
season are we comparing it to?
Well, like they said that normal temperatures are like 40-ish,
Yeah.
and like we've been, a little bit above
I-
that.
I-
I can't complain.
Not at all.
If it just stay the same, like if it was 65 year round,
I would love that.
yeah.
Sunny and 75.
75?
Is that a
75.
TV show?
That's a song.
Oh,
I forget the sing. It's a country song.
Sunny
but
in
it's Sunny and
Philadelphia.
75.
Sunny in Philadelphia. That's it.
Do you know the name of that country song?
I don't know the name, but I have heard
But
it.
you know what I'm talking about. And that actually is Mrs. Laurie Miller. She is our instructional coach of CCS 135. And how are you doing today?
she's our
Mrs. Laurie?
guest today.
Yes, she's
Welcome,
our guest.
Lori.
Thank you. I'm doing well.
That was implied that she was our guest.
I don't. I'm
You want me
male. You have to just.
Be very
Give it up.
specific on what I am talking
Introductions
about. Okay. She
are
is
everything.
Our guest today, and she's glad to be here on us. She's also one of our subscribers, and listen closely. We have 35 subscribers now.
Yes, and if we can get to 50, Mr. Bland is going to run across the overpass.
Repeat that one more
And
time.
that's all
If we
Mr. Blake
get-
is going to do as he runs.
If we can get to 50 subscribers, Mr. Bland is going to run across the overpass in.
He just said across
Yeah, I did.
the overpass.
And that's when we hit 50 or over 50.
We hit 50.
We hit 50.
Okay.
And he's just going to run.
Well, we'll make it safe for him so that he doesn't get run
A
over.
big accomplishment would be
And
walking.
we'll film it. And we'll even put on you. You don't even have to be present to watch. We'll make sure that it's on YouTube, and it'll be great.
Can we live?
Anything for a few.
Stream
Anything for a few subscribers to our
Instead
podcast.
of Les Nessman saying, "I swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly," I will be going, "I swear to God, I thought Mr. Bland could run."
Anyway, back to Mrs. Miller. And what I wanted to ask you first, and I ask this for every one of our guests, how long have you been in the district?
This is my 26th year, not 36, 26.
You were going up.
Wow.
Because I think everyone that's been on the podcast so far, I think you might have been here. No, Rita. I forgot
Oh,
Rita.
yes.
So you might be second after Rita now in the district that's been on the podcast so far. And then not only is Mrs. Miller a instructional coach, she was a third grade teacher previous to this as well, right?
I was for Mr. Bland, actually.
Yeah. So you
For
guys worked
many
very
years.
close together.
Worked side by side. Yep.
Do you miss being a teacher?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
It is a loaded
All right,
question.
what parts of being a teacher do you miss? Let me be a little more specific.
The interaction with the students and the aha moments, the fun lessons where you get to interact and see them catch on to something.
Yeah. And Mr. Bland, you miss Mr. Bland?
Of course she does.
Yes.
Working very closely together.
She was part of our building leadership team, and she was just a tremendous asset to the building and to the students and to me. She helped me out a lot, especially with technology.
I enjoyed Jordan School. Even till the
She's
last.
a team player, so
I
I know it was
Well-
a difficult decision for you to move on, but you have a lot to share with others in the district. So I think
Thank you.
it was
And
a wise choice.
I did know that I was going to be an instructional coach before the end of the school year in, I guess, 2021. Mm-hmm. And I taught summer school for 2 weeks. So I just soaked up those last 2 weeks. So I got to finish that way.
But that's not all you've done to serve the kids in our district. Besides teaching, you've got what all the other things have you?
So when you started out, you were coaching.
Yeah.
too,
Oh,
weren't
I
you?
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Early
Oh,
in
so
your
you
career.
started coaching here first before you started teaching?
No.
Is that how you?
No, in 1997 is when I started.
Oh, okay,
But,
gotcha.
I got my
cow.
third grade position first. I started
too
at
young for
Schiller
that.
for 2 years, and the JV Tigerettes basketball position was open. So
Gotcha.
I coached that for 9 years.
Gotcha.
Do
not
you
very
miss coaching?
I miss
I'm not saying, I'm not pressuring you to be a coach. But just-
I miss the game of basketball, but I do not miss practicing till 5 o'clock or 5:30 every night. But I did
That's
enjoy
a big
the game.
commitment.
it is. Basketball is
Tough
a
of
huge
teaching.
commitment. It seems like it goes on and on and on.
And the long bus rides.
Yeah.
Coming back late after the games, and then if you had anything you needed to prepare for the next school day too.
I don't even remember that.
Right, that's probably a blur now.
Was there healthy eating during all that time, or were you grabbing and going?
She's always been a healthy eater.
I don't know, maybe not as much as I am now, but
Okay.
Maybe
I'm sure I had snacks on the bus.
like sugar filled, some candy there every now and again.
Jelly
So-
Belly, jelly beans.
Yeah.
So when you started in the district, did you start as a third grade teacher? So
I've
you-
only
you were
taught third grade.
But now you taught prior to this district? No?
Nope.
Coached?
I student taught second grade at Jordan
Oh,
School.
what I'm thinking of is, isn't there some affiliation with Mr. Clark's wife? Was she a coach of yours?
Fun fact, yes, his wife was my
Okay, that's-
JV coach in grade school at Grand Prairie.
Gotcha. I remember
there was
you talking
some-
about that.
Yes.
My wife is 30 years older than me, so that's what
Oh my gosh.
Monty Joe, if you're listening, you do have permission
Oh,
to go
she's
after
not
him.
listening, but I think she might become a subscriber just to watch Mr. Blaine.
Or you too. We need a challenge for you as well.
I will
Let me think
race
about
the
that one.
pregnant lady.
You might win. I don't know if you've seen my skills with fences, but you might win. Anyway, when you say coach, though, was this basketball too? So have you always been a basketball star? Is that what I mean?
I don't know about that, but basketball's probably been my favorite sport
Gotcha.
to play
Would you
and
play?
coach.
Would you play in basketball?
Point guard position, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there was my ignorance in basketball.
Well, I'm a little vertically challenged compared to everybody else. So
Yeah. Well, in grade school, you get to play other positions that you probably normally wouldn't play if you went professional. Because I did point guard for a little bit. And then if there was nobody else, I could do, what is the other?
like forward.
Thank you. I was like, what are the other?
She was really
Yeah, you're
deep
really.
into the basketball scene.
As you can tell.
I love her
As
knowledge.
You can tell. I played basketball for 1 year. So you could have schooled me up and down.
So you went to Grand Prairie, but did you go to Woodlawn or did you go to Centralia High School?
I did go to Centralia High School.
Oh, wow.
Were you on the border there that you? No.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
So you played.
Your family is all in that area though of
Grand Prairie, Jefferson
area.
County.
Yeah.
My dad's side is.
And you played in high school too.
I did. Yep.
Who was your coach?
Mrs. Murray.
Murray,
Oh, the legend.
the legendary Anne Murray.
And not the singer.
Could I have this? Oh, no, that's not the one. Did you sing that?
Speaking of more accomplishments of Mrs. Miller, there was something else that we can add onto your credentials, which would be Girls on the Run.
Oh, yes.
Which is very exciting. I don't know as much about it. I'm hoping to be a part of it in this.
We hope you are.
Yes, maybe for a little bit of a short time, but at least I could, kind of dive into it.
Distribute water bottles to the girls on the sidelines.
Something like that, and cheer them on when they run, because they'll run.
That's
the
always
4th part.
helpful.
Yeah.
We need encouragement
Yeah.
anywhere along the route.
I came in on the tail end of it and came over for some pictures, when you guys were doing your celebration. But the girls just seem very interested and respectful to you, but all the teachers, Mrs. McMillan and Marcia Stindy.
Yes.
And who did someone else help?
There
too?
was a parent, Jeff Bauer,
That's
helped
it.
last year.
Yes, yep. And I just, that's good. That gives them a community and maybe have some future runners out of there. And I think there was one of the students that was doing very well that I thought that might be a future runner.
It's happened.
Yeah.
I remember the first season. Well, even since then, the first few seasons, we've been doing this since 2011.
Oh, wow.
And so some of them went on to, be a cross-country runner
Olympics.
or, win some 5Ks for their age division. So it is fun to see which ones come out of it.
Laurie, can you tell us a little bit? I know that Alexis was talking about the emotional type part of the program, but it's not only running.
No.
So I want you to explain to people kind of what the program entails and that it isn't just a sport.
No, it is a program that blends your physical strength and confidence with your emotional and building life skills, learning about yourself, your confidence, how to adapt to what life throws at you. And Girls on the Run is for grades 3 through 5. They do have a heart and soul program for 6 through 8, but it's to teach them how to adapt to pressures and uncomfortable situations. They learn about themselves, they learn about teamwork, working with a partner, and then even community service and how they can go into the world and make it better.
Because I think a lot of people will see the girls running, around Jordan's school in the afternoons, but they don't see what happens prior to that, where they're sitting in the gym or in a classroom having a lesson, around a circle, sharing things with one another. So it really is a powerful program.
And they gear it for small teams, so we can have 15 girls. Sometimes they let us have 1 or 2 extra, but they build trust with each other, so they are more comfortable to come and share with each other things going on or something that happened and how to deal with it. And they share how they solved it for other girls to learn how to do it next time.
And I see that with the girls who are at Jordan School, that it creates a real positive atmosphere amongst those girls. And maybe those girls might have had some issues prior to the program, but this kind of pushes us aside and teaches them how to get along
and
positively with one another.
Right. And they build new friendships with girls that they didn't cross paths necessarily before, or may not have had the same interest, but they meet a new friend that they've got some things in common. So then they're friends, after the program's over.
Which is really good.
It is nice.
And it sounds like the accountability for some of their actions too, with the girls within the group and maybe outside of the group as well.
And what is really cool is that those children, those girls that move on to Central Middle School, want to come back and do it.
Yeah.
So she has a slew of those girls each year that want to come back and participate in the program again the following year. So it is
nice.
That says a lot about you and the program. Mrs.
Thank
Miller.
you. And to build on that, once they graduate 5th grade and they're not eligible by age anymore, they can become a junior coach.
And I remember you saying that about one of the students before, because she was really excited about that.
Yeah.
Very much.
So that's fun
good.
too.
Yeah.
Gives us another helper, another encourager, and she adds a different perspective from the adult side of it, as someone coming through the program, that just another young person to listen to.
Right. Someone closer to their age where we might not hear everything or see everything that's going on, but they see something different or
Different perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
So the program lasts how long, Mrs. Miller?
It's
Each year?
This year it is lasting. It starts the week of March 6th and runs through the 5K. So
That's what I was getting at, is the pinnacle to
So the beginning of May.
Okay.
So we start in March. It's 8 or 10 weeks long, and we meet twice a week after school at Jordan from 3:30 to 4:45. And the girls at Central can bus over, so the school takes care of their transportation. And twice a week we have a lesson and then build up our athletic endurance. And it's a non-competitive 5K in St. Louis. We don't have any expectation other than they move forward.
Right.
Whether it's walking, jogging, running,
In my
pacing is a
case,
lesson.
crawling.
We'll have
like
to
mine.
get Mr. Bland to some of our practices so
I like
he can
to
get over
watch.
the
Right.
overpass.
Not necessarily participate, but I like watching out my office window.
Just cheering them on. They need that too.
So
You run.
You got this.
You can do it.
yeah, so it starts in March and goes through the middle of May.
And how many teams probably participate in St. Louis? Do you know a rough estimate?
I do.
Oh, you have it.
I came prepared a little
You
bit.
did. You did.
So there are 23 counties across the greater St. Louis area. And I don't have current numbers, but since 2002, when it came to St. Louis, there's been over 65,000 girls participate.
That is amazing.
And what's neat is the pictures that come back after the event in St. Louis. I mean, we've got families who go and cheer on the girls and have signs and shirts and things, and it's just a very proud moment for everyone.
Yeah.
I think the kids, the parents,
And you can see
It is
that.
fun. You can.
and there are
Yeah.
tons of people there. This isn't in Forest.
It's in Forest Park.
Yeah.
And they have activities there too, because I saw a
Oh,
lot of
they
girls
do.
getting their hair
Yes.
colored and
Bubbles, hairspray,
face
colored
painting.
hairspray.
Yeah,
yes.
all kinds of things,
Yes.
just
It
to
is
get them all
fun.
excited and ready to go. And
They play music and dance and things like that too.
I got to see a lot of pictures that you had shared with me, and like you said, all the families together. It'd be mom, dad, brothers, sisters, everybody all joined together, and just all these cute little team pictures and everything. But
And it's fun too. The adults, each girl has to have a running buddy in St. Louis to run, a partner. And it is fun to see even the feeling of accomplishment in the adults, that partner with them, because some of them have to train
right,
to be able to do it too.
Mr. Bland.
I'm still working on the overpass.
Past.
Baby steps. Well,
Do you have any other? I noticed you have a lot of information there, Mrs.
You are always
Miller is
calling me
very,
out.
She's very thorough
very
and
prepared.
very organized. So, is there any other information? I hate that you have prepared here and that we haven't covered some of this stuff. So, is there anything, any pertinent
Spell that.
information that you would like to?
Don't do it.
No, I'm not going to do it. So,
Yes.
okay, please do. Please share.
Okay, so registration is currently
Passed.
open, and students will, girls in grades 3 through 5 will be getting a flyer with all this same information. But here is one important thing that we have not talked about is the fee, and there are scholarships available. So they have not ever turned anyone away based on financial reasons. So our fee is $50. They do have scholarships, payment plans, things like that, and it does not have to be paid up front.
Oh, that's
so
great.
even though you can, registration is open now, you don't have to have
The money right up front.
necessarily. Right.
That's good.
And all of that is done through Girls on the Run. It's not done through me or the district. So we know nothing about that. It's private with them. But registration is currently open until February 26th, and 15 girls is really the limit for we have trained coaches, and that's the max per 2 trained coaches.
Okay.
But the website is gotrstl.org. GOTR is short for Girls on the Run. So, and that's the online option. And then you can register by phone also. And it's on different forms of social media with that website and everything. And so, and they can reach out
I'll try
to
to
me.
share that again too. I shared that just in the past several weeks on our Jordan website. Maybe
yeah.
I could share it with you to share on the district page as well.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, I think it was before Christmas.
It
right?
was,
Yeah.
and I was waiting to receive the flyers before we put it out again. And they're in the mail. I double checked today, so we
Okay.
should be receiving them anytime.
Everybody's getting excited for it.
Girls on the Run is so much fun.
That's the chant, right?
Yes, it is.
I think I have a little video of you guys doing it from last school year. So
We finished that, every practice with that.
that's good. Well, we've been chatting away. Well, Lord, thank you for coming on the show today.
thank
I
you
hope
for
you
having
enjoyed
me.
it. Yes. And so everybody that's been listening, if you know a girl ages grades 3rd through 5th, if you know,
That's a little young. That's us to
very
be
young.
participating in Girls on
We're
the
going to
Run.
be pushing these 3-year-olds run
Strollers.
a 5K.
I think we would need a lot more help if that was the case.
For sure.
But grades 3 through 5, if anyone's listening for girls that age, they know who they need to speak to, and that's Mrs. Laurie Miller. But thank you for all who are listening. Like I said, we have 35 subscribers. If we get 50, Mr. Bland will cross the overpass.
Go over the
Over.
overpass.
I can stand on the overpass and
And
wave
just
at
wave.
everyone as they drive by.
Elf on a shelf.
As
Hello,
long
everybody.
as he's safe and has a harness or something, that just sounds
Does
a little
that
dangerous.
scare you?
Yes, if you're hanging off an overpass, yeah.
Oh, we're not going to hang
I'm
out.
not planning on hanging off at the overpass, Alexis.
I just up the ante.
This has got really crazy.
We're going to have tons of subscribers now when they find out I'm hanging off at the overpass.
Well, there are students that are subscribed as well, so yeah, that could happen, definitely.
Well, and I want everyone out there to know that, we have a lot of fun on our podcast, but we also have a lot of great information.
Yes.
And, our pride and joy is sharing the talents of those in our district with all of you. So we may act a little silly sometimes, but we're just having a good time. And we want you all to tune in each week and join us and learn something new about our school district.
That's what I was thinking when she was talking, is all the opportunities that our students have for things to be involved in the positive community events that we have. And I know we get newspaper coverage and there's stuff on social media, but I don't know that it really gets talked up as much as it should, because
I don't think the good things are talked about as much as
The negative.
the negative things.
Yeah.
So this is our
This
opportunity
it's a
to
way to do that.
our platform to share those things with all of you
All right.
and let things in the past be in the past.
What was
How did
the
you
other
use
word?
that?
I can't remember.
It was the overpassed.
Across.
And past.
Past.
And then he wanted me to spell something. Can you believe that?
SOMETHING. I mean,
Adios.
Henri. All right. Thank you all, and see you next time on
Bye,
hashtag
everyone.
135.